This episode of Chat Bubbles is brought to you by Netflix. Head over to netflix.com/GameBreakerTV for a free 30-day trial. In this episode of Chat Bubbles, I kind of want to ask the question, have you ever gamed with an atypical gamer? Is there somebody that just didn't fit the mold of who you expected in your typical MMO? I actually have a couple different stories I'd like to share, and I want to hear yours. So when I was raiding in World of Warcraft, and some of you may know this, my father was in our raiding guild, and for 6 years, he was the main tank, or one of our main tanks, for playing World of Warcraft. We did 40-man raids or 25-man raids and 10-man raids as well. And he did that for 6 years. I think he was 58 when he started, and when we retired about a year ago, he was 64. And that obviously that's not the typical age bracket for a gamer, even though there's more and more gamers that are of advancing years. But so we thought that was really cool that we had my dad as one of the major tanks. And I think if you don't include AQ40 in the original vanilla WoW and the original vanilla Naxxramas, he's tanked every boss in the game besides those two up until Mists of Pandaria. So it's a pretty cool accomplishment for my dad, something he's proud of. Now, what makes it even stranger and kind of cooler is in our guild, we also had a mother and son team that joined the guild. And the son was actually 8 years old when he started raiding with us. And he was very mature, and he was very skillful, and he knew the game really well for his age. And he was 8 years old in our raids, and he raided for us for several years. I think, we got to see him through, I think, his 11th or 12th birthday. And it was just really interesting. And I have to imagine that out of the millions of players who have played World of Warcraft, it would be really tough to beat the 50-year age difference that we had between two of our main tanks in the group. Because Haladrin, he was like 8 years old when my dad was 58. And I just think that's a really cool story. So those are the type of stories I want to hear from you. Is anybody, that you play with on a regular basis in your MMO that just doesn't fit the mold? I'd love to hear your stories, or I'd love to hear stories about maybe somebody that you've played for a long time, you played various games with, and then found out that that there was something unusual. Maybe it was somebody that you knew in real life and you didn't even know it, or maybe it was someone that had an age difference that was really strange, or someone from a country that you didn't imagine, something like that. Share your stories. Who are your atypical gamers that you've spent time with in game? And don't forget to stay dialed in to Gamebreaker for all your video game news. And I hope everybody has a great day. Take care.